Never been average, tailor-made from a different fabric. Biographic, on tape, mine cinematic. Lost my prodigy, I'm feeling havoc. AI intelligence, screw the practice. Couple messages up in the madness. Few days since I seen the mattress on the field.
Daddy? So, tell them the whole story of when I broke her glass and when we all gotta go to the hospital. Tell them the whole story of how Fear came.
How he came? Okay, awesome, awesome.
How Fear came.
All right, you know what? That's a wonderful story. So my little one is saying, Dad, why don't you tell him the story about how the whole thing happened? Like, she said mom's water glass breaking, but mom's water breaking, right? Not the glass breaking, but the water breaking, right?
The bottle. Water bottle.
The water bottle breaking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my little one is so sweet. So, all right, so let me set the time and the place, and then everything else will just be shown to you guys, like, in the best way I know how, okay? So the date is October the 20th, and the time is run about, I would say about maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, I'm a super light sleeper. I sleep very, very light. So run about that time, the better half had gone to the washroom, and I could hear a cry, not a cry, let me not make it dramatic. I heard a shout, like, hey, babe. So I know my girl's tone when she says certain things, and I know when she says, when she calls my name a certain way. You guys know, if you're in a relationship, your better half calls you by a government name. Usually it's not a good thing. If they say babe a certain way, they might want something. But in this case, it was more babe, and I've heard it before, and that's another story for another time. But it put me on high alert, so I jumped right up to see what was happening. I got right up, and I go to the washroom, and she's like, babe, the water just broke. Now, prior to that, in case you guys don't know, the circumstances behind having the little one is a story that I'll tell you guys, because a lot of people need to understand, and a lot of people need support when it comes to having kids, because not everybody in the world can have a kid, if you get what I mean, right? Some people have difficulties having kids, but that's neither here nor there. The essence of the story is my little one asked me to tell you the story about how her brother came into the world. So a day or two prior, my better half had gone to an ultrasound, and with the ultrasound they said that the little one was lying across. He was supposed to have turned, and I'm giving this away, but yes, I said he was supposed to have turned, and he was just what they call in breach, right? So
Straight line.
Right.
Like a road.
Right, like a road, like she said, right? So you know, with the ultrasound, already with knowing that prior, with our specialist saying babies who are in breach, if the water breaks, it's a dangerous situation. And for obvious reasons, if you don't know, a baby's supposed to be facing south, right? Head south, I'm ready to exit, man. Like, you know, ready to go, right? Rock and roll, locked and loaded. If a baby's in breach and the water breaks, man, then the water can run out, and basically the baby can basically suffocate in there. They need to get out of there as soon as possible to be able to function and, you know, breathe normal air like we do and use their lungs, right?
Tell them you got out, I got out.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Like, let me rock and roll. So basically, let me just speed this up, right? So long story short, I round up everybody, because that's when the militant side of me kicked in. Round up everybody. I'm getting my better half situated and everything. We rock and roll, man. We're in the car. We take off. We leave. We get to the hospital. Everything is moving pretty fast. I'm with my little one. I'm holding my little one. I'm obviously concerned. I'm a person who walks in faith, and I believe in God. I'm not a perfect person. I'm a perfect imperfection. I'm a work in progress, right? Just like Steve Harvey says, man, like, you know, my walk in Christ has a little limp in it, all right? I'm not perfect. I never claimed I was, but one thing I don't play with is my faith in God. So immediately in that situation, I'm praying hard. I'm asking God for all the support in the world. I'm asking God for whatever he can do in the situation, because the last thing I can hear in my mind is a specialist talking about breech birth and water breaking and the dangers of that happening, right? We get there, my better half is taken away by nurses. I'm with my kid. I'm keeping my kid calm, because I don't want my kid to see any sign of me being flustered, because when you're a king, when you're the head of the household, when you're a dad, you'll learn. If you're not a dad, because there are a couple of young guys who watch me, so hopefully I'm a positive influence to you guys, and you can take what I'm saying right now and use it. But so my better half left, and they're busy checking on her. I'm calling her, no response. So that's like increasing my anxiety levels exponentially. All right, because all I can hear is the doctor saying breach. You already know, right? So eventually my better half hits up my line. Hey, they got a heartbeat for the kid. Heartbeat is strong. Everything is A+. But youngin is gonna be we're getting ready and suited and booted to start everything by 9:30. Because now it's no longer gonna be a natural birth. He has to come out via C-section. So that was a curveball that we didn't anticipate, but that was a curveball that we knew was a possibility happening. Okay, so now it's a question of my sister coming, okay? And I get a hold of my sister eventually, and my sister says, you know what, I'll be there for within an hour, right? Now, when we're talking about the time at this time, it's about 8:30. I already told you, if I didn't say it already, they said that the surgery is supposed to start at 9:30. So if someone's telling you that they're coming within an hour and it's already 8:30, my stomach is in knots automatically, because I'm with my daughter at the time. I'm with my kid. I can't be with my better half wherever she is, because you cannot bring a kid into the room, because at the time they're already prepping her for surgery, right? So I'm cutting it really close, man. I'm freaking out, and at that time I had to take a knee, because between the pacing back and forth up and down the hallway, I could have burned a hole in the ground. With that, I'm trying to speak to my sister, not getting a hold of her, eventually getting a hold of her, hearing that she's going to come within an hour. The time is cutting close. Baby's in breach. Carrying my other baby. There's a lot going on at the same time. I'm just one man. I had to take a knee. I know when to call my father's name, and I know when I need to take a knee. And I take a knee every day. But anyways, that's neither here nor there, man. The main thing is, at this point, my heart's beating in my ass because I'm freaking out. Okay? The time's cutting close. I got my little one with me. I'm keeping her calm. I'm being calm. But daddy inside is going through the motions. So now, my sister calls me. I'm 5 minutes away. Okay? Literally, the time is like 9:25. I've already got the car seat ready for my youngin' and everything. I have everything. I'm carrying my kid. One of the nurses sees me and she's like, hey, you look like you're carrying a lot. I think she knew I had a baby on the way. She's like, hey, grab one of those wheelchairs, man. Throw the car seat over, man, and, mash out. I was like, cool. Thank you. I appreciate you. I said, you serious? You okay with this? She's like, 100%. You got to do your thing, man. Grab that wheelchair, threw the car seat on top of it, man. My daughter and I mashed out. She went over daddy's shoulder, man. We took off. Hit the elevator, man. When I say I was walking as fast as I could, and I don't know if it was exhaustion or what it was, but it was a super warped feeling, because I was walking super fast, but everything felt super slow. Like, everything was just, it's almost like when you're in a car going at 200, initially you feel like you're flying, then eventually the world just becomes slow. Only guys who've been in a car, fast cars, or any of that will understand what I'm saying. But anyways, I'm moving as fast as I can. I get downstairs. I see my sister rocking the car seat, set everything up. I'm now reassuring my daughter, hey, everything's going to be okay. I'm hugging my daughter. I'm letting her know, because this is the first time being away from dad and mom. I'm worried about mom when she is, mom and little one. I'm worried about my little one as I'm holding it. It's a lot going on. My brain is scrambled at the time, right?
About everything. You're worried about mommy, Ophir, and also me.
You're at the same time, right?
Yeah.
I was
Nix.
right. So externally, my sister, and bear in mind, like, I hopped up, I jumped out, I was in my prison graze. I slept in my prison graze, and funny enough, I was talking to my daughter when we went out for a walk in the evening, the evening before, and I was saying to her, nothing's gonna change much. We're here. I'm here for you. Mom's here for you. And having this little pep talk with it, because I almost knew, I think internally, that boss is coming tomorrow. Like, boss number 2 is coming tomorrow, right? So, anyways, man, this is a wild story. So, we do the handoff. I pass the package over to my sisters. We call the kids package. Like, you know, the package, we pass the package over. I give my daughter a kiss. I give my daughter a hug. I reassure her again. I can see the concern on her face. I can see the stress in her face, man. But now it's crunch time, because as much as I don't want to leave her, because I can see the concern on her face, I got her, because I have to take care of her, like, you know, her sibling and her mom, and I got to be supportive in that regard. So anyways, zoom back, ran upstairs. Right when I got upstairs, I get out the elevator, I hang a right. As soon as I hang a right, I see a nurse in front of me. The nurse throws her hands up. She's like, "There he is." I'm like, "What?" Showtime. By the time I'm getting into the room, they show me where my better half is. "Hey, baby, you good?" "I'm good. I'm straight." They're wheeling her away. One of the nurses is advising me to get dressed. They hand me the scrubs. They hand me everything. They tell me, "Hey, you know, you got to cover up your head and this and this and that and all that, right?" And my better half is wheeled away. And I'm still going through. I don't know how to describe it. I'm thinking about my daughter on the road. I'm thinking about my better half in the thing, and it's just the weirdest. It's the weirdest circumstance. Anyways, they take my better half, and then they take me over to a room, and I guess a waiting room or waiting area before you can go and support. It's a waiting area for the support people. Yeah, in the interim before you go into the operating room. The one downside is by the time they called me into the operating room, they had already started operating on my better half, which is something that it didn't make me feel good, because I wanted to support her from the rooter to the tutor. So they had already started, you know, opening it up and cutting it open without her feeling the support of her man, her loved one, her support system being present, which is something that I'm gonna be looking into. Because when my sister had a C-section, I was present for the C-section. I was there for the birth of my niece. I was there to cut the umbilical cord for my niece. I was there for the whole process. For this, it was kind of weird. The staff, most of the staff were cool. I had a little situation or two, but I don't really dwell on negativity because it was such a positive, beautiful day. So I'll say that to say this. Everything that you guys see from this point is the emotions of me from the point of sitting in the waiting area, the designated waiting area, up until I was physically permitted to be with my better half.
Sometimes God pushes us to the dead end, and He will still ask you the question, "Do you still trust me?" And we answer and say, "Yes, Lord, I'll still trust you. I'm going to trust you with my kids. I'm going to trust you with my spouse. I'm going to trust you with myself. I'm going to trust you with everything that I have. Anything that makes me, I'm going to trust you with it." And I'll even go one better. God, I am dedicating everything to you. My life, my kids, I'm dedicating them to you, because I know that without you, I cannot be able to carry all this.
Never been average, tailor-made from a different fabric. Biographic, on tape, mine cinematic. Lost my prodigy, I'm feeling havoc. AI intelligence, screw the practice. Couple messages up in the madness. Few days since I seen the mattress on the field.